Like that?
No! What's up, guys? Welcome back to GoHamDiscGolf. I'm Big John, and today I'm going to be doing a review on the Prodigy M2. Now, before I get into this, I want to remind you guys that about a month ago, Prodigy decided that their M3 that they had released was a little bit more stable than they thought. So they decided to turn the old M3 into the new M2, and then they released the M3 that I did a review on already. If you want to check that out, check the channel for that review. But let's get into this, guys. The M2. It's a great disc. First thing I can mention about it is the plastic. The plastic is great. Just like all the other Prodigy discs, it seems like the plastic that they decided to make these discs out of is just so awesome. It feels really good in the hand. It's got a nice slick texture to it, but it doesn't slip out of the hand. It doesn't feel like you're going to be releasing too early. And then on this guy especially, it's got a super deep rim. I throw a buzz regularly, and this has a deeper rim than a buzz, so you can get your fingers in there really nicely on a power grip, and it doesn't feel like you're gonna, like I said, release it too early, but it's also not so deep that it feels like you're gonna grip lock it on every single throw. Now, what is this disc like? Well, the two main mid-ranges that everybody throws, everybody knows, that's the buzz and the rock. There's been a lot of people going buzz versus rock for days and days and days. So check out this picture. Big thank you to Inbounds Disc Golf for letting us use their flight charts. But this will show you what the M2's flight path looks like against the regular buzz and a regular rock. Now, just remember that these are general flight paths. This isn't what you're going to get out of the disc every single time, but this is basically what you can expect. But now I'm going to let you guys check out the disc actually flying. Me and Junior went out to a field and we just sat there for about an hour throwing this disc, really figuring out what it does and how it flies and what kind of shots it's great for. So check this out. Now, while you guys look at that, I'll tell you guys what I thought about the disc. It flies very consistently. Like I said, I throw a buzz, and this guy reminds me of a buzz a lot. It holds a straight line incredibly well, and that's what I love my buzz for. I was throwing them side by side, and they were pretty much giving me the same results. I was landing within 10 feet of my buzz every time I threw this M2. It's a great disc. Another thing about it is that it loves an anhyzer line. I could release this guy on a very tight anhyzer line, probably about 6 or 7 feet off the ground, and it would just ride it for days. I could also throw a very big spike anhyzer, and it would ride that high spike anhyzer for a long time, and then settle out into a sweeping finish. And then the other thing I want to mention is that this guy has a very nice forward penetrating fade. And what I mean by that is when it starts to slow down, if you put a lot of spin on this disc, once it starts to slow down, it's not going to dive hard to the left like a lot of overstable discs will. This is the straight to overstable mid-range from Prodigy, but it does fly straight for a very long time. But yeah, that forward penetrating fade, when it starts to slow down, it's not going to cut hard to the left. It will still push forward while landing very softly. And that's another thing I want to mention about all the Prodigy mid-range discs. They all have a very soft landing. A lot of your discs will come down hard. They'll skip or they'll dig into the mud. These guys just seem to come down so soft, they just kind of rest down and they stay wherever they drop. So that's a good thing. Again, it's a very consistent disc. It did what we told it to do every single time. Just like a lot of discs, the only time it didn't do that is when we threw it incorrectly. But this guy is a very good disc. Now, should you go pick up an M2? Well, I think you should. Like I said, a lot of people throw buzzes and rocks along with a lot of other stuff out there. If you're confident in your mid-range game, I would still say to go pick out an M2 because it's a pretty good disc. It's probably going to do what you tell it to do, and I'm telling you this, you're going to love the way the disc feels. Now, if you're new to the game and you haven't really tied down your mid-range game yet, you're not sure exactly what you want to throw, you kind of have a couple different discs, but you haven't really focused in on one of them yet, I'd say this is a great opportunity for you to go try out the mid-range lineup from Prodigy. Go grab yourself an M2 or an M3 and see what it does for you. These guys are very consistent, they do what you tell them to do, and you're going to like them, trust me. But that's going to be it for this review, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think. Do you carry an M2? What do you think about the whole Prodigy changing the old M3 into the M2? Let me know what you think about it, guys. But that's going to be it for today. I will see you tomorrow. Don't forget to go ham.